Hey guys, how you doing? So I am coming to you a little bit early, or earlier than my usual on a Saturday morning. You guys know I'm doing my little shares. Coming to you early because I'm heading to an event, as you can see, right? Once again in blue, once again heading to an event. And I wanted to have this conversation with you guys. Oh, my volume. I wanted to have this conversation with you guys before I left because, I think it's important and I think it's something that we need to talk about. So, and I know I say that every time, something we need to talk about, but really there's a lot of things we need to talk about. So let's talk about introverts, busy moms, busy women. Let's just talk about, those group of people. And let me be clear, before y'all come for me on the replay, I am not saying that busy women are introverts are moms. I'm not saying that any of these three people are the same people, even though I know you can be more than one thing. But I'm not saying that you're an introvert, you're a busy woman, or being a busy woman makes you an introvert, or being a mom makes you an introvert, or any of those other type of things. So before y'all come for me and start talking about aren't all the same, they don't put them all together, I fully understand. I fully agree. You are right. They are not the same. I'm not necessarily putting them together, but there are some very distinct qualities that the three have that are the same. And they're all lead to reasons why you need to spend more time and take a closer look at doing your SEO, having your SEO together, learning what SEO is, and really how it's going to make your life and your business better. So for those who are just coming on for the first time, hey guys, hey. I am Akil Thompkins-Robinson. I am the owner here at Girl Get Visible, wherever the little thing is where you see the name. I am also the author of my SEO workbook, and my whole goal is to help you guys get out there, get found, get visible, and ultimately attract more customers and sales to your business. So that is what we talk about. We talk about ways and strategies you can get people to your site, you can get people into your business, how to get the right people. You'll hear me say that a lot. Right people are super important. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. If you've not already, while I'm trying to share this out, don't forget to share this out with your friends. And I'm going to tell you guys about a workshop that I have coming up next week that I want you to join too. So let me just share. I finally got the share thing working, right? Just started working for me. And I know it's funny. So I'm supposed to be at an event, like literally it starts at 9 o'clock. I'm running late. But I'm running late because I want to talk to you guys before my day got started. And I know people are going to see this when I post it on my public page. And they are going to be like, isn't she supposed to be sitting right here? If you are watching and you know I'm supposed to be sitting right here, I'm on my way. I am still coming. So, hey, Jocelyn. Hey, got all the ladies joining me this morning. Hey, guys. Hey. And you guys, I know you guys are both already in the workshop. If you have not, I did a private workshop, a private live for the workshop yesterday with a little bit of pre-work, a little bit of pre-task for you. If you've not had a chance to go and look at that, I want you guys to make sure you go and look at that because I know you guys are in there already. If you are not in the workshop, let me tell you, the workshop next week, we are Mondays. It's always almost here, right? We are kicking off the first of our three-part workshop, and we're going to talk about how to get you visible and your visibility strategy for the year. So that is at Girl Get Visible. I'm typing and talking, which is not always great. girlgetvisible.com/the workshop. That easy. And you can join us in the workshop. And the sooner you join us, the better, because like I said, there's a little bit of pre-work in there. We're already introducing ourselves. We already got a pre-task going on that is people are having a lot of fun with, which I'm glad. I'm glad people are like really jumping in and getting it done because it is so important to what you guys want. You want visibility. Like, do you guys all here have a business? If you have a business, let me know in the comments. What's your business? What do you do? But if you have a business, no business doesn't want any customers. If you have a website, nobody does not want anyone to come to their website. Like that's normal, right? Y'all don't have to tell me that. I'm going to tell you that nobody wants to be a nobody, right? So I'm still sharing my groups. So with that said, and with nobody wanting to be a nobody, it's really important that we put together a visibility strategy. It's really important that we work on ways to get visible. And I know you hear about some of the things that everybody else is doing, like in Facebook groups and doing Facebook posts and on Instagram, so go Instagram, run ads. Like, I know people spend so much money on ads, and they're so all over the place. They're not like making money off of ads, they're just running ads. Or they try these things and they're like, oh, none of that works. Ads don't work for me. I'm tired of these. Or groups don't work for me. These things don't work. And probably, most likely, the reason why these things aren't working is because they're not using strategies that are necessarily aligned with themselves and their lifestyle and what they're doing. And so that gets me into today's title about the introverts, busy moms, busy women, and moms, which are busy moms too. And caveat, because I see a couple of you guys joining. Hey guys, hey. Caveat, I am not saying at all that any of these people are the same person. I'm not saying that all introverts are busy women, or you're a busy woman, you got to be an introvert, or that any of them are moms, or any of that. We're going to talk about the things that they have in common that make SEO something that they really need to look into, really need to pay more attention to, and essentially make all these other things that much harder to get done. So one of the things, and if you guys don't know, I'm in the ENTP, so I'm a little bit of an extrovert, although I be feeling like an introvert sometimes. But I am a busy woman. As you guys can see, I'm like heading to an event, but talking to you first. And I also happen to be a mom. So I got some of these traits too. And I have clients and members with some of these traits, and I'm starting to see this kind of trend. And one of the things, especially my introverts, and I know a couple of different types of introverts. I know people are more introverted in person, but great online. Like, they can get online and do all of this, and then they turn around and, in person, they're like in the corner or like taking it down, that kind of thing. And I get it. And then there's some that are just like always like, oh, I can't go on live. I don't have, I don't have the energy to be on these groups, all this peopling, it's just too much and stuff like that. And one of the reasons why you feel like that is because you're trying to like take yourself being like a round peg and fit you into like a square hole of this whole hyper social media marketing. And that is not, like, every company does not need that. Every new company does not need that. There's so many new businesses, small businesses, or emerging businesses, because I don't like the word small, emerging businesses out there that are able to do great things without all of the fanfare. The problem is, I talked about this the other day when I talked about copywriters, but similar to copywriters, you kind of get attracted to what you see, and because you see it, you really don't like, you think that's the only way to go. And I am there are multiple ways to do things, multiple ways to skin a cat, and that might not be the thing that's most aligned with you. And so what happens at the end of the day is you're not doing your SEO, which means you don't have organic traffic coming to you. You don't have Google searching, like people finding you in Google. You don't have Google indexing you. You don't have information out there about what you do. And so then you try to do these strategies that aren't necessarily aligned with how you are, how you feel, what makes you comfortable. And then you get mad at all of that, and then you give up. And sometimes you give up on business altogether, or you just struggle. You just struggle through this because you're like, I can't do these lives every day. Like, you guys know, other than the time, like, if I'm doing a workshop, like, if you guys have not already seen the link for the workshop, make sure you join the workshop. We'll be talking about this some more. But, I don't go live every day. And not because I'm actually okay going live, but it does take a lot of energy. Like, even the 20 minutes on just takes a lot of energy. B, I'm busy. I'm traveling. I'm working. I've got kids. Like, I'm busy. And one thing I noticed, because you guys know I always like follow people and look at what people are doing, there are very, very, very few entrepreneur women in the big space names that and look at the people who you follow. There are very, very few who do all three. Very, very few who have a successful business, working, and have kids, especially small kids. And I bring that up, like, not to down or diss anybody, but when you're trying to figure out what should I do that's going to work best for me, you might be looking at people who don't necessarily, they may be where you want to be, but they're not where you are right now. And so you need to move different to get there. Does that make sense to you guys? That they might be what you want to be, but they're not where you are right now. So you need to move a little bit different. You can't maybe get on live every single day. And I'll tell you guys, like, for me, when I get on live, or when I don't get on live, especially at home and stuff, it's much easier here in a hotel where it's just me. When I'm at home and my son, like, I'm on too early, I could be waking him up, or it's late at night and I could be waking him up. I'm trying to get him to like relax and stuff like that. It's much easier for me like to type and write stuff because it's silent. Than it is for me to like start screaming through the house and being on live and blah blah blah. Or I'd rather be on the couch, at least in the area, engaged with him. My alarm's going off. So this is when I would be getting up if I was home. But I'd rather be in the living room, engaged with him, and just in the vicinity of him while he's like playing and watching TV and doing all the things he does, instead of being held up in my office where I need to be like online and have the whole setup and really to focus. My members will tell you, like, he visits us at least once a night every time that we have like a call or something. But those are the reason why, and that's important. So when I'm thinking about what are those visibility strategies that I need visibility strategies that don't always require me to be here, and don't always require me to be on camera, and don't always require me to, not say show up, but don't require me to always be face to face and show up. Not to mention, if I wasn't going to these events every day, you guys would not be getting these makeup faces you guys are getting. I've been looking really cute these days. And I've not say only been, but I've been looking more cute or cuter because I'm going somewhere. I'm not normally on a Saturday morning waking up at 9 a.m. and making sure I'm fully dressed, hair done, makeup, and the whole nine. And I know a lot of people are like, well, if my face ain't together, if I'm not together, then I'm not going to jump on live. And so then you don't jump on live. And what happens is these excuses, these things, I'm not even going to call them excuses, these reasons keep building, building, and then you wind up not doing any of the things that you need to do to build your business. And because you don't have any other strategies, because, like I said, you're not paying attention to your SEO, you're not putting out content that people can find you, you're not getting found on Google, like you're just nowhere else, that when you can't be there face to face, you just get nothing done. It's almost like, in work, or you got vacation days, you've got no vacation days because you've got nothing out there, like put out there for people to find you, to get in front of you, or any of those other type of things. So that's one thing. And so same thing with my introverts. Sometimes it's too much energy. It's the same thing, just a different cause. It's too much energy to get online all the time. It's too much, being in all these groups and having all these people, and especially in the very beginning when you don't get the response that you're looking for. Like, that's important. Having people on, like I see a couple of you guys on tonight. Hey guys, a lot of people. Cynthia's on, Najibe's on, Kim's on. Hey Kim, Felicia's on. Having people on feels good. I ain't gonna lie, like it feels better when you've got people who are here to support you and you know that people are on. In the very beginning, when you've got like 2 and 3 people and you ain't really want to do this anyway, and you're rushing to do all these other things, you're starting to feel like nobody's listening to me. I'm lost out there. My site is dead. Things aren't happening. And what does that make you want to do? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to show up. I'm just going to pack this little bag and stop doing things. And again, because you don't have other strategies in place, you don't have the SEO, you don't have any content out there, you don't have Google getting found. I'm going to keep saying that. You don't have all these things. Look at your business. Is somebody finding you in Google right now? Because right now, while I'm talking to you here, someone is finding me there, because I've got multiple strategies, multiple places of traffic and people coming in place. Most people don't have that. And if you're not working on those things, that's why I say you guys need to spend more time on these. You're not working on getting up all these strategies, then the moment you're like, I'm not going to do all the other things, they just don't happen. Same thing with the Facebook ads. Like the Facebook ads, I still don't know. Yeah, guys said, yes, it actually is. It did snow here, but not a lot. But this is actually a pretty cute office. Can you guys see this little office? We're in like a suite in this hotel. It's like a full little office. It's actually very, very cute. Hey Violet, how you doing? So yeah, so there's like sun right behind me, and we did get snow, but only like a tiny bit of snow. So it's not really that bad, and everything we're doing is between here and across the street. So we're actually in a pretty good space. Good place to be if you're gonna get snowed in is right here at a conference with thousands of my sorority sisters. We're always gonna have a good time, and wine in the building. So I say all this to say, aside from my side about the office, I say all this to say is that when you're an introvert, a busy woman, a mom, a busy mom, a busy introvert, or any of these other combinations of things, you need to look at your strategies different. You need to look at, are these the things that are conducive to my lifestyle? So many people tell me things like, oh, I want to start my business so I don't have to work so much. I want to start my business so I can live a freedom lifestyle, or so I can spend more time with my kids, and or so I could do these things. And then when I see what they do online to market their business, they're in 50 billion groups posting and commenting. And it's like, you wanted to work less. You wanted to spend more time with your kids. You wanted to be at their game. But the whole time, you're like this on the phone, trying to make sure you got in all these comments, trying to show your value and your knowledge and answer every question, whether it's about your business or not. People who answer questions that are like outside of their niche, I really don't get, because it's like, that's finding somebody's gonna be your customer, but you want to be helpful and you want to be valuable, and I get it. And so you spend all your time doing this, and you're not getting any of the things that you said was your reason for starting the business to begin with. You're not getting you're not getting all of the relaxation. You're not getting the I can be anywhere, because you really can't be nowhere without Wi-Fi at this point. Like, you're not getting all these things that you're saying that you want, because you are so busy trying to do all these strategies that, like I said, are just not conducive for your lifestyle. And back to my SEO, all these things that are happening, you're not getting found on Google. You don't have any content out there that people can find and search for. You don't even have a link that you can drop in these groups. You are spending time writing these 100-word prolific posts, giving them the entire strategy in a comment, because you don't even have a link that you can just say, here, boop, I've already done the work. Here's what you need to know. I've already answered that question for you. By the way, come to my site and find out the answer, right? So you don't even have that kind of thing set up. I've got so many people who, if you guys read one of the testimonies I shared a while ago from Sally, who literally get booked solid just from sharing content that they already created. They created this one post, and when they're in a group or when they're in somewhere and somebody's asking a question, they go and say, I got something for you. They drop the knowledge bomb. The people are like, ooh, you already knew this was coming. You must really be a pro because you already knew these are the things that people are concerned about. You already put this on paper, or, online paper. You already got your thing. And so now you are my expert. Let me go back to you, the person who I know has all this information already out here for me. But most of y'all don't even got that. Most of you are literally, let me answer all the questions. Let me answer them all. And let me answer some of the same questions like once a week. If you answer the same question more than once during a month, I need that to be a blog post. I need that to be a blog post. Like, I'm begging on the desk, I need that to be a blog post, because you're essentially wasting so much time and so much energy. And I want you guys to start looking at things different, looking at things like, how can I really get the lifestyle that I want? What are the things about the lifestyle that I want? And most people do not want to just be busier women. Most people do not want to be, raising up their anxiety because they're introverted and they'd rather not do any of this. Most moms do not want to spend less time with their kid. Even if you're in the house, yes, you can do the childcare in the house, but you're in the office. Who's really watching the kid? Like, really? Let's have a conversation. That's all, no story. So, no, you want to think about those things. And then, which always kills me too, because, you got the job, you got the work, you got the kids, you got all this stuff. You're trying to get the clients. What happens when you actually get the clients? Then you go ghost, because now you don't have time to do the work of the business and the marketing of the business. Because now you're like, I've actually seen people like, I'm going to turn off my ads because I've got too many people, I'm overwhelmed. And it's like, okay, isn't that what the thing was for? The thing was to get you booked. You get booked, and now you don't have time to run the thing. And then when you're done with that client, guess what? You've got nothing. You've got nobody in the pipeline, nobody waiting for you. You want me to say it again? You've got no content out there. No one can find you on Google. Like, it's a cycle. I keep saying it, and I keep saying it over and over again. I know somebody's at home laughing because this is the hamster wheel cycle that I see many business owners on. Many, and especially in these three categories, which is why I'm calling y'all out this morning. I am. It's a little call out. So I am going to get to my event, but I did want to have this conversation with you. Let me see if there's any questions. I see no questions. Yes, it's a job with Violet. So that there ain't no question. That's a good statement. That's word, right? A fact that it's a job within a job, and that's a lot. A lot of people are creating new jobs. You're just creating jobs where you work for yourself as opposed to working for this person, but you're still working just as hard, if not harder, because you just a job within a job. Absolutely right. Exactly, Violet. Job within a job. So I'm going to get to my event now. I want you guys to join me next week. We are starting on Monday. Make sure you guys head over to girlgetvisible.com, the workshop. The link is up top. And can I pin the post? I always forget to pin the post while I'm on the call, and then I can't put it afterwards. So let me try this now while we're on the call. Yeah, pin in the comment. So I have now pinned the comment. You guys can head on over, join the workshop. I just dropped an assignment for you guys yesterday to, I'm not going to call it assignment. That sounds too much like stuff. Little exercise, little thing to do, right? To get you started. I just dropped that yesterday. So as soon as you get in, you can already get started. We are going to be meeting on Monday. We are going to be going through, what are the different types of things you can do for your visibility? What's going to work the best for your lifestyle? What's going to work the best for where you're trying to be in your business, and most important, where you are right now? Because where you want to be, you got to get there first. Folks be wanting to be halfway around the world, but don't want to, ironically, take the flight or book the ticket. You've got to get there. So we're going to talk about, what do you need to get there? What do you need to do now on this side before you get over to that side? How do you get there with the visibility? How do you get more people to find you? How do you get people to find you in Google, find you through SEO, find you all kinds of other places? I don't just talk about SEO, but a lot of SEO is going to happen there. But we're going to talk about all of these things and start mapping out the strategy for you for your 2020. This is why I did this in January. People in November were like, hey, can we get in? Can we talk about this? Are you going to do another workshop? And I was like, no. People in December, I was like, no. I said January, when everybody's ready, because I'm not going to compete with your Christmas tree. I'm not going to compete with the Christmas shopping. I'm just not going to do that. I want you guys to be ready to get found and get visible and get out there. I need you guys to be at that point where it's like, I need to make something work. I know 2020, I know January is usually a good time for us to do this. And so that's what we're going to do. So this week, head on over to girlgetvisible.com/the-workshop and sign up. Start looking at the things we already got in there. Introduce yourself, all the other good things. And we are going to get out there, get found, and get visible next week. All right? Bye, guys. Talk to you later.